Yeah, they don't care. Like,
Okay.
If I put the Wraith out this weekend or after you release yours, it'll still just come in underneath it.
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
But all of our records have the numbers attached to them. I would really like to not change that.
Okay.
Well,
All of our file names are based on that number.
Yeah.
because you just told me this, you guys should do episode 1000 now.
Just to confuse the fuck out of everybody.
No, it'll be right at the top there. If you know what I mean? It'll.
I know.
If you want like a movie to be like right there, it's like this is episode 1000, and then you build to it,
Yeah.
and you spend years building to it.
Like setting a time capsule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it could be a movie about fucking time travel or something.
Yeah, just like the one that does it too much, maybe.
Yeah, so like if you did Minority
Boo Boo a little
Report,
bit.
Yeah, I was
it's
thinking Minority Report
it's
or-
like episode 1000. We're like, hi, this is Nostalgia Killers. This is 2030.
Yeah.
You know.
Also, yeah.
Or what?
High octane. Just a warning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is. Oh.
Yeah.
If we ever do Tenet,
You also don't.
Yeah, that'd be
we
awesome.
can do Tenet for episode 1000.
That'd be awesome. But you can do that at any time, even if you're 400 away.
I
It's
know,
like,
I know.
oh yeah, episode 1000, Tenet. It's a good idea.
That's actually a good idea for like a way to just talk about current movies too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just like, I really want to do a Civil War podcast, but it like came out last week. Yeah. Episode 3. Yeah. 3000.
Just start with a time travel movie, and then after that, it's like, well, then just continue 1001. And then that can be anything. That could be Civil War and 1002. Yeah, we're talking about Deadpool and Wolverine. Not even out. Yeah. I didn't realize that Frank Langella was also Skeletor in the He-Man movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
holy
The
shit.
voice of Archer is Skeletor. I don't remember. I've only seen the Dolph Lundgren He-Man movie once, and I never watched the show. But I mean, I don't know if Franklin, like, I can't imagine Frank Langella does that voice.
Yeah, I don't think he did that.
No.
He probably is like, I am Skeletor, emissary of the Gorgonites.
I would like the idea though that he's just got that much range.
I would hope.
Yeah.
I would hope. I didn't even know who Frank Langella was, but now I'm looking at his career and I'm like, oh, this guy's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea who he was. I just kind of smiled and like nodded when you guys were like talking him up on the last episode. I was just like, yeah,
Well,
sure.
he's that guy. He's like, oh, that guy. Yeah.
He's great. He's on this episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. He's fucking
wow.
sinister as hell. He's awesome.
Yeah.
And all these things, Skeletor, he did it because his kids liked it. Deep Space Nine, he's like, I like Star Trek. I want to be on Star Trek. You know what I mean? I like an actor who does shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, like Angelina Jolie did Maleficent because she's like, I want to give my kids something fun to watch with their mom in it. And it's like, oh,
That's super cool.
you're like changing the world's like,
Sure.
you know, cinemascape because you're like, I want my kids to have something good to watch with their mom in it.
Yeah, that's what what's his face did too. Oh God, super disrespectful. What's his name? Street Fighter.
Oh, Raul Julia?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's
Oh, that's why he was M. Bison?
Yeah. Mm-hmm,
Oh, God. When are we going to do that movie? I didn't even grow up with that movie. I love that movie. I watched that movie like a year ago. I love that movie.
Still on.
For me, it was Tuesday. Like, he's the best.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Supervillain.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He, like,
so good.
lament the fact that he wasn't here for the MCU because he could have been anybody. Dr. Doom, fucking Kang, fucking Ultron.
He's gone.
I know.
Oh.
Oh, I know. Robert turned on, so.
What happened?
Oh, you were kind of blowing out, so I got to bring you down a bit.
Oh, see, I told you.
I know. It's all good. We're capturing in high resolution, so we can bring it all back.
Okay.
It's bringing it all back. Are we ready to come back?
Yeah, the cards.
Yeah, what do you want to do with the cards?
So if you win a question, take a card.
Okay.
So set them in here because our way of doing trivia has to change going forward.
Yeah.
Because hopefully the next episode will be a live show.
Oh.
And in order to know who won, we need to keep
We
track.
actually need to keep track.
We need to keep track of it.
Okay, so no more awkward pause. And
Yeah,
have,
that was a great bit.
have Robert freak out and be like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that one only happened once.
I know, but that was like,
No, we've been doing it
That
every
was-
show since the year started.
but that was fun doing Small Soldiers. Like
Yeah.
I'm past that point in editing,
yeah.
and I do like there is like the drum roll, and you're like, "What the fuck is happening?" And then you're
Oh, yeah,
like,
because you're like,
yeah.
and Luke won.
Yeah.
And Robert won. And Chuck won.
Did we all win?
And Javi won.
And so if you get a question right, we'll draw a card. At the end, if there's a tie, best hand wins.
Cool.
Cool.
Nice.
High card, pair, that kind of deal, like poker.
Okay. Cool.
That way it's resolved here. When we go live, we're going to be going through sections of like sound bites or sound, backgrounds. We kind of don't have the leeway to go back and edit in that bit.
Mm.
So it'll be nice to just know.
Nice.
1 hour 27.
Yeah. Get choppy with it.
Yeah.
Oh, my little old man.
Oh my God, I'm tired. Oh.
All right.
Whoa. Close one. Sit up here. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
What's next? Yeah, I know something about like that angle. Like he's got like a little block. We had talked about had like our back burner movie, like our if we don't have a guest movies, but we're down to keep the ball rolling. If you want to get and do like whatever if you guys want to do Batman and Robin soon, or you want to do if Taylor's available for something about Mary or something like that, or
Oh, that should be your 1000th episode.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down for whatever.
More importantly, when next record?
when next record.
Like I said, I can't Friday, but
Me neither.
Saturday and Sunday, I'm pretty sure I'm
Okay,
I'm
You wanna
good.
try-
Try to run that fast.
I think Saturday morning I have to go drop off my wife's car at the mechanic and do a couple other things, but
You want to call in?
Potentially do Saturday. That's a fast turnaround. I could do Sunday for sure, but like it would be. I've got like a training shift at the base that I interviewed at. See if I like the job.
oh, is that Sunday?
But it's like I think I'm only working until like 5 o'clock. It'd be a night one if that's cool.
Sunday night could be cool. I could do Sunday night.
Yeah. And then otherwise, now probably on leaving on Sunday on the 5th. I'm out of town for a couple days, so I can't do, but I can do anything pretty much up till the 5th.
Sorry, my notion's being stupid.
You have to know. Very happy with that cocktail. I like it when an idea turns out.
Yeah.
Because I was like,
You love it when a plan comes?
when a plan comes together, yeah. Like when it's like, oh, okay, this actually is on paper.
You said there's a Henry bar or what?
Oh, it's O. Henry.
Oh,
So
that's
like
an
a
actual.
candy bar, yeah.
Oh,
It's
I
like-
don't think I don't remember those.
It's like an old timey candy bar. It's like it's like in the same universe as like a Mr. Good bar.
Oh, okay,
or
okay.
like a
Baby Ruth.
Baby Ruth or like a chunky or like just like it's those like very like solid color
Hmm.
name of candy bar on it kind of candy bars like yeah.
Okay.
I know Henry is the storyteller,
Oh really?
right? It's an O. Henry.
Oh,
Yeah, here, one sec.
I had no idea.
You mean like Midnight Express? Oh, Billy.
Oh, Will. Oh, we should do the cable guy.
Yeah.
I'd love to do the cable guy, actually.
I'll do
Just
the,
because that would be just fun to watch.
I'll go ahead and do the trivia for Cable Guy. And start write the episode.
Okay. You want to do the cable? Did we just pick one just now?
Yeah.
Are we doing the cable guy?
Yeah, I think so.
Fuck yeah.
I would like to do one that I like.
Yeah.
We haven't done a movie that I've been really into for a while.
I fucking love the
it's
Wraith.
hard.
I don't know what you're talking about. That was
Oh
great.
no, I love the Wraith too, but it's hard to bring the energy
Oh.
Oh.
if I haven't seen the movie or
Yeah.
But yeah, I can definitely do Cable Guy.
Yeah. Thank you, Robert, for bringing it. Because I was kind of like, I can get excited about this, and I was like, oh, Robert's really excited about the good stuff. I don't give a shit. I was like, I don't give a shit on this podcast. All right.
We got some amazing sound bites from Robert.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't realize when it's happening.
No, you're
Fuck it.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
And it is. There's like an award, the O. Henry Literary Award. O. Henry was an author. But it's a type of story. It's something like a twist or something. I'm trying to.
You guys on a bunch of stuff I don't tell you. Okay.
I have a rip.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say I'll pay for Cable Guy, but if you got it, you got a free copy.
I mean,
Steal it.
yeah, I'm pretty sure I have a rip of it.
Okay.
I also have it on DVD. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've bought it again.
Yeah, so like twist ending.
That's
Are
an
an O. Henry.
Okay.
Like he was the first guy in 1900 or something. His first story is in 1900, but he was the first guy to try to shock people with because the way stories have traditionally been told throughout human history is like Shakespeare.
Yeah.
You kind of know what's going to happen.
Mhm.
It's how it happens.
Exactly.
That's where people are reveling in, right? So spoilers, that wasn't a thing, right? He created the shock twist ending, but they would be like almost ironic. Have you ever read EC Comics, like Tales from the Crypt and shit?
I've never watched the show for sure, but I've never
So
actually
it's like-
gotten to read details from the crib.
The guy who rips off the old lady
Yeah.
from her inheritance and murders her is dragged to a watery grave in an ironic twist.
Mhm.
Blah, blah, blah. It's like that's an they're playing on the O. Henry model.
Oh.
If you ever watched the Tales from the Crypt show,
Yeah.
that's what they're doing.
Okay.
And M. Night Shyamalan,
Yeah.
that's
He's
O.
O.
Henry,
Henry, yeah.
O. Henry too.
Which, speaking of Shyamalama Ding Dong,
Yeah, was it Trapped or? That
yeah.
looks fucking.
Oh, I
good.
still haven't seen it. Don't spoil. I haven't seen the trailer
Okay,
for
yeah.
it.
I won't
But
spoil the trailer.
but I saw it, I was like, oh, I
the
gotta
trailer
watch it.
is one of those things that's like, I hope this is the whole fuck.
Yeah, well, it can't be.
Well, it's
They
not.
gave it away through the trailer. It's got to be something else.
Yeah.
Because they said he's returning to the twist for this movie, right?
Okay.
They said that.
Oh, they did?
Mhm.
Yeah, because he
Oh.
hasn't done twist endings for a while.
How
Yeah.
old had it?
What did?
Uh,
Oh.
Old or whatever?
I want to watch Knock at the Cabin.
Yeah. To be
I
fair though,
haven't seen that one.
to be fair though, there was like 3 movies in between old and now.
Yeah.
So.
I really want to see Knock at the Cabin because Dave Bautista,
Yeah.
great actor.
Oh,
And
I saw
him
it.
playing evil. Is it good?
It's fine. And then I don't know if this makes it, but I'm a huge Shyamalan fan. Like even some of his stinkers, I'm pretty fond of.
Lady in the Water.
No comment. Yeah, Knock at the Cabin. More so, it was a little frustrating because I felt like it was like a missed opportunity. Like I was like, oh, like it could have been,
Mm.
and it just wasn't.
I only want to see it to see Dave Bautista.
Oh, he's
play,
he's fucking phenomenal. Yeah, he's the best thing about it. He's the best thing about it.
Yeah.
For
I
sure.
almost said Dave
Yeah.
Bautista for actors playing against type
Whoa.
in Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah.
That would have been because that movie. When I think of that movie, I think of some Ryan Gosling stuff, but I think of him like being giant in this tiny little cabin, and like Ryan Gosling's like sitting in a chair. He's just like takes his glasses off, and he's like, "I'm not going." And it's just like, you're a giant. You shouldn't even be inside this building.
Yeah.
Like you're too big.
Yeah.
You know, and it's fucking scary. Like, I don't know.
Also wanted to, pick your brain about the whole, sure you heard about the film critic debacle.
Oh yeah. I was. Oh shit. I was like. I mean.
I was racking my brain trying to figure out how he was going to make a great final movie about that.
Yeah,
I
this
wasn't.
this
I wasn't.
makes more sense.
But yeah, I wasn't. But I guess I am happy in the end, just because I was like, oh, I don't know if I wanted that to be his last movie necessarily.
I want fucking Kill Bill 3.
I also didn't realize that because I didn't really like look into like what the film critic was talking about.
Yeah.
I thought it was like an actual film critic. Like it's like it's like a porno film critic.
Yeah, it's a guy he really liked. It's based on a guy who really liked, who wrote for a lot of porno mags, which was a thing. They did film reviews in porno mags. And he just like, he would read all these. He collects these magazines for the film reviews. I read them for the reviews.
Yeah, I read them for the articles, yeah.
But he found this one guy that he actually is like, he's one of my I've heard him talk about it. He's one of his favorite film critics of all time. That just happened to never rise past that world. So he wanted to make it in that. But it's like, the way he said it, he's like, well, it's my smaller, quieter film. It's kind of epilogue-y. And that is what never made sense to me. It did make sense, right? Because my theories for the film critic was, I think it was going to be a sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. You were going to see Rick Dalton, because he on his podcast created this elaborate history of Rick Dalton.
I actually really want to read the book.
Oh, the book, it's novel.
No, the novelization.
The novel's great,
Hollywood,
and his nonfiction book that he did of like film reviews and stuff. But on his podcast, he did a 2 or 3 part episode where he's reading an interview. He interviewed Rick Dalton at Cannes in 1994 when Tarantino was there for Pulp Fiction. He interviewed an aging Rick Dalton, and Rick Dalton died last year.
Yeah, he did a whole thing like
he announced
memoriam,
it was like the death of Rick Dalton. Rick Dalton died at like 94 or whatever, and then they did a career retrospective, and he read the excerpt of his interview with Rick, and they did their normal podcast of a movie that Rick Dalton was in called The Fireman, which doesn't this obviously doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And so because he killed those hippies with the flamethrower, he became famous as a flamethrower guy, and he was in that movie, right? So he made a movie called The Fireman.
Nice.
And then it's a trilogy, and it's like it's a vigilante. It's like what's the Charles Bronson?
Oh,
Death Wish.
Death Wish.
Death
Yeah.
Wish. So it's like a Death Wish with Rick Dalton and a flamethrower, where he's killing gangs and all this stuff. Cliff directs The Fireman Part 2. Like, he has this entire history charted out, and they talk about it like the way I was listening to how they recorded it, and it's like, it doesn't make any sense other than they actually watched something. But it doesn't exist. So, like, the way they're talking, I listened to it twice, because they're not acting. Yeah. They did watch something. So I think he filmed some shit with Leo, and I don't think Leo was going to be in the movie critic as Rick Dalton. I think he was going to be reviewing The Fireman or The Fireman 2. And we were going to see Rick Dalton and see a scene from it when the guy goes to see it in the theater and goes, it's shit, or whatever, right? Whatever. Yeah. Like, we were going to see him in that capacity. I think it was supposed to be like a sequel to that. And I bet he was super excited and thought that was really cool and a cool idea, which it is fun. But then he got to the point where it's like, that's not the movie that
well, it's also, yeah. It's also that thing of like, I love that he wants to do 10, but it's also like, you don't have to only do 10.
He's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it all makes sense. I mean, it makes sense if he wants to do like a soft epilogue kind of thing. Because he would, he thinks pretty highly of himself. So I feel like that, makes sense. And also at the same time, it would make sense if he's like, no, I want to do some bat shit, like go out with a fucking bang. Like, so maybe he did, like be genuinely was like, that's the way to go. And then was like, actually, nah, it'll be really fun. I'm going to do this. This would be cool
that's
shit.
I'm
yeah.
thinking. Like, I'm thinking he was like building this epilogue-y movie, and he's like, I'm Quentin Tarantino. How can I go out on a dip?
I'm making a space opera.
Yeah.
Some
bad shit. Yeah.
Because he's never done space, so I think that would be fun. If he did like just randomly make like.
He almost made that Star Trek movie, right?
I know, but I mean, like, yeah, if he kind of like, because he's also got a love for that kind of stuff too.
Of course.
So it's like, it'd be great if
he went huge.
Quentin Tarantino's Alien.
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino's Star Wars, basically.
Yeah. And the reason I don't want Kill Bill Volume 3, this is my wish, because he wrote the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood novel is phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's an incredible novelist. I want him to drop a 1,200 page novel
Like a
that's
fucking
just
infinite
called
jest.
Kill Bill Volume 3. And you make the world read again. Like, you know what I mean? Because where it's just like, this is not going to be a movie. This is not going to be anything. This is this giant book where I can explore every backstory of every character. He can have Bill in it because Bill can't be in the movie, right? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want. I want a giant fucking bright yellow paperback novel that
cool,
they sell in Safeway again because they're like, holy shit, I guess he's fucking... And like people are actually reading that summer. Like I have this vision of like people reading one summer actually because it's only on paperback. It's not available digitally because that's what he did with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's released as a paperback first and it wasn't available digitally or anything. He made people... And it's like it was like $7.
Yeah.
Like he wanted it to be like, there's no excuse for you not to buy this and read it if you want.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, okay, fine, it's a $12 giant fucking paperback book.
Yeah.
You want Kill Bill 3? That's all it'll ever be. Or a miniseries.
Yeah, I dig it.
Because he said, he's like, well, I can do TV. I just don't like 10 movies.
Also write and do TV and whatever.
And
Yeah.
it's just like, oh, so we're still gonna get Tarantino.
I think he even said, he's like, he's like, I could still do a movie too. He's like, but just that doesn't count. And like, you guys can be like, oh, that's just fucking crazy 80-year-old Quentin just doing a thing. But
that's what I
doesn't count.
I think he's gonna make 11 movies. That's what you do. You do the 10.
Yeah.
You start doing other stuff. You write novels. You write nonfiction. You do your miniseries.
Thing for Apple or whatever.
You do whatever the fuck. And then in 15 years, you make the one movie that you're like, sorry, fuck you. You got a problem? Fuck you.
Maybe that's when he makes.
I can do what I want.
If he doesn't turn it into a book or something. If it is like,
which he very well could. And I mean,
that would be like a good, like, if you did like a softer epilogue sort of thing, if that was your like fucking 100-year-old Martin Scorsese making, what he's making now kind of thing. It's like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's back.
His late Godard film.
Yeah, exactly.
That no one's seen. Yeah. No, I mean, I think it's better. Maybe something else. And then we also get to have the fun of like, well, what's he going to make?
Yeah.
Apparently he ditched that and then was like, I'm going to make a Cliff solo movie. And then he ditched that also. Because that also does.
Yeah, I mean, he does that all the time. He's done that before where he's had like, I have this great, like, but when he was doing Hateful Eight, he was going to do like another World War II something like, but it was like Black Soldiers or something like that.
Inglourious Bastards had a whole subplot that he had.
Yeah. So he was going to do that, and it was like So
it was like the Black Crow.
Yeah, and he said before, he's like, I got like 30 scripts just sitting there. He's like, but I don't know, pull them out every now and then and look at them. I'm like, I'm sure he does.
Miniseries. That's the thing. And a miniseries can be 3 episodes.
Also, he doesn't have to direct. It could also be like, because you could just go back to the freaking
the model
Blind Key Through the Foot. I'm drawing True Romance.
Yeah.
Back to like the True Romance.
I didn't make it. I just wrote it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then he picks the director.
Right. He just picked somebody that he really trusted.
So it's not Oliver Stone, which he hated what he did with Natural Born Killer.
Yeah. You give it to Anderson, right? That's like his best buddy, right? Paul Thomas Anderson.
Paul Thomas?
Yeah, he's like apparently they're like really good friends. They're like besties. Yeah,
that'd be crazy.
Yeah,
if PTA did one of
yeah, which would be great because I'm like, I'm sure he would.
Yeah, Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah, right. You're like, yeah.
Edgar Wright.
Yeah. Oh, there's
right. Oh, right. Yeah.
I'd love to see what's coming out of that friendship.
Dude, there's like the Empire podcast, Empire Film Podcast. He loves those guys, so he's like been on the podcast like a bunch of times just because he likes talking about movies with them.
Sure.
And there's this one that's like 3 hours long, and it's just him and Edgar Wright, and like the hosts kind of stop talking,
Sit back.
and it's him and Edgar Wright.
You have to.
Just talking about British movies. They just keep naming movies. I've heard of 0. I was like, what the fuck? Like I had to save it because I was like, I gotta go back because I've never even I haven't even heard of any of these movies, and they go for 3 hours naming British movies. that they're like this, and I'm like, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
That sounds fucking cool. You guys are moving too fast. Like, but they're clearly like actual friends.
Oh yeah.
Like the way they talk and stuff.
Yeah, no, when I forget which movie Edgar got cut out of, but he was supposed to direct something really big, and then like,
Ant-Man.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
They've been working on that thing for years, like
Yeah.
10 plus years. Yeah.
yeah, but then he was spotted like a couple days later in a cafe.